Hey everyone, welcome to week 3. Today we're going to talk about Mesopotamia, Egypt, Greece, and Rome. Okay, let's get right into it. Okay, so first we're going to talk about Mesopotamia. So these 4 civilizations, I'll be talking about them in order. So Mesopotamia comes first, and then comes Egypt, and then Greece, and then Rome. Everything we talk about in this class is in a chronological order, which means oldest to newest. So let's begin. Where is Mesopotamia? Okay, Mesopotamia is not a single civilization. It is actually the name of the region that these civilizations started in. And we call them Mesopotamia instead of referring to a single, like each civilization, because they're all very culturally similar and they're all from the same location. So Mesopotamia, if you look at the word, meso means middle, and Potamia means river. So Mesopotamia means between rivers. And the rivers are Tigris and Euphrates. Tigris and Euphrates rivers are located in Western Asia. And this area between the rivers is known as the Fertile Crescent. It is in the shape of a crescent, and it's very fertile. Fertile meaning you get a lot of fertile soil. You can grow crops there really easily. The soil is rich in nutrients, hence the first civilizations happening in the Fertile Crescent. And this area, Mesopotamia, is located in modern-day Iraq. And also it spreads out to Iran, Kuwait, Syria, and Turkey, if you're considering all the minor Mesopotamian civilizations. That Middle Eastern, Central Asian, that area is the cradle of civilization. The first civilization comes from the Middle East. And the major ancient Mesopotamian civilizations include Sumeria, okay, Akkad, Assyria, and Babylonia. Yep, and they're the very first human civilizations to exist. So what are some characteristics of Mesopotamian art? First of all, they're mainly for religious and, by extension, political purposes, which means, they're not art in the strictest sense. They're more like illustrations. So later on in the semester, we'll be talking about the differences between fine art and design and illustration. In this case, they're more like illustrations of religious figures and religious events, and illustrations of war and a little bit of daily life. And what I mean by extension political is religion back then was the absolute law. Politics was fully religious. Politics and religion, they go hand in hand even in modern societies. All religion is political, but not all politics is religious. So Mesopotamia all the civilizations in Mesopotamia are religious states. So they're by extension political states. Lots of imageries of animals with a human head. Okay, so we'll be comparing Mesopotamia against Egypt and see how the use of animal imageries is different. And they're mostly painted sculptures made of stone and clay. So what exists now, the surviving sculptures, you're only seeing the stone and clay underneath it, but they used to be painted. They used to be fully painted. It's just the paint eroded and just wore off. So you're left with the stone sculpture underneath it. But they used to be originally fully painted. And they're very geometrical and symmetrical. They're very geometrical, meaning lots of rectangles, circles, triangles. They're very measured. They're not measured with rulers maybe, but I mean, you can tell right off the bat that a certain piece has a very rectangular composition or something has a very triangular composition. It's very noticeable. And they're very symmetrical, meaning the left and right or top and bottom they're mirroring. And the postures are very stiff. One of the characteristics of Mesopotamian and Egyptian art are that they're very stiff. People didn't know about dynamic body movements. They were just not studied as much as classical antiquity. So they have very stiff postures. They also don't have much perspective. So we'll be talking about linear perspective later on when we talk about the Renaissance. But for now, you won't see much, if any, linear perspective. So common themes are deities meaning gods and goddesses, and their worshippers. Animals are very common in Mesopotamian art. You're not going to see much of animals in Egyptian art. Humans confronting animals, which is humans fighting animals, or animals killing humans, and vice versa. There's a lot of interaction with nature, usually in the form of conflict. And if you look at the human figures in Mesopotamian art, you're going to notice that almost every single one has a beard, and they have curly hair, and they have oversized eyes with thick outlines. So exactly how you would picture a caricature of a Middle Eastern person. Beard, curly hair, and oversized eyes. Okay, so here's some samples. Here's some examples of Mesopotamian art. So look at this one, bottom left. It's a parallelogram, right? Or is it a trapezoid? I don't know. This animal, I'm guessing it's some kind of a lion, maybe a female lion, because there's no mane devouring this human. And here's the animal interaction, and here's the very geometrical composition, right? Very geometrical, and it's also symmetrical. If you draw a line down the middle, okay, you can mirror both sides, and they're exactly the same. Let's look at this one. This one is rectangular, and also, I mean, this line isn't drawn. This is an actual seam in the stone slabs. This is called a relief, by the way. We'll be seeing reliefs very often in this class, but reliefs are basically sculptures that are carved into a flat surface. So this is a 3D figure, three-dimensional figure carved onto a flat surface, and you're only seeing the raised areas of the sculpture. So this is these are called reliefs. So this one is also symmetrical, like left and right, line down the middle. You can mirror it, and although these people are facing right, there are two people on the left, two people on the right. So that's another form of symmetry. Okay. If you look at this goddess is Pazuzu. She is very symmetrical down the center. You can mirror the figure and it's exactly the same. Same with this, I don't know what this is. Kind of looks like a rhesus monkey, but I doubt it is. Owls, okay? These two owls are also symmetrical. They're on the same areas or same place on the left and right side, okay? So symmetry. Okay, so beard and curly hair, curly beard, curly hair, okay? Big eyes with outlines. So eyes had very important roles. They were very symbolic. We're gonna see a little bit more of this in Egyptian art as well, but eyes are very symbolic, and people used to wear eyeliners back then because the sun, you know, like Mesopotamia and Egypt, the sun is really scorching. Goes well over 100 degrees Fahrenheit. And they didn't have sunglasses back then, so they used to wear eyeliners to protect their eyes, to protect their vision, and so that the sun doesn't blind them. So beards, there's all three of these figures have beards, and in this one you see interaction between this person and two lions. Maybe this person is fighting two lions at once. That's pretty intense. And all of these have very strict symmetry on both sides. If you draw a line down the middle, fully mirrored, very accurate. Right there, left and right symmetry. And for this one, the symmetry is in the lions. And this person is right in the middle.